How's it going, guys? Welcome back to the Code 5 Gaming channel. If you're new here, thanks. If you're patiently waiting for my return and such, thanks even more. I know it's been a while now since I've done any type of content, and I'm trying to get back into it. I'm wanting to get on a weekly flow. The past year or so has been work, family stuff, more work, just everything. All the basic excuses you've heard before. I've probably had the same issues run into lately, but I'm back. And this time I'm on HWS Servers. Hound Wolf Squad. Been playing on the servers for a while. It's been a really great time. And I'm working as their events admin now. And trying to set up events. So I have a weekly event started up. If you're new and want to check out the servers, they'll be in the description below. If you're in the servers already and having some fun, I'm going to try and put these weekly challenges out for everybody. This week's is a track I made on Jungle Cherno. Which, if you haven't checked it out, Jungle Cherno really puts a new look on the Cherno map. It's been a lot of fun. I love it, and if you've been playing the game for a while now, I think you will too, so if you get a chance, definitely go check that out. We're going to get ready to get started on it. I'm doing a timed run, so I'll have a timer going so people can see my time, and my time will be the one to beat. I didn't take a lot of time to do a completely perfect run, so you're going to see my fails in this. And Dayz being generally how Dayz is, so you're going to see, you know, the small lag spikes that happen when you're rushing through towns, weird speed bumps that send you flipping and stuff. You're going to see some of those. But if you're inside of the Discord servers and you beat the challenge, or you want to take on the challenge, get a hold of me in the Discord and we'll set you up with the car and let you take on the track yourself. If you send me a link to a recording and you record your time as well, that totally counts. We need to make sure it's legit. I'm not going to spoil it and tell everybody what the rewards are. If you want to know what the reward is for beating the challenge, make sure to link up with us in the Discord. 1 week from the post of this video will be the challenge period time. I planned on getting this out a couple days ago and I had a few issues, so we're going to try that again this week. So you'll have 7 days to try and beat the challenge, and I'm going to try and get another challenge made for next week. Next week I think is going to be a scavenger hunt though. You'll have 7 days to find a list of items, and at the end of the 7 days, bring me the list of items in-game on the map that it's on, and you'll get your rewards from that. But without further ado, we're going to kick into it, and while the race is going down, I'm going to explain some of the stuff at HWS Servers, in case anybody's interested in coming on and checking them out themselves. So, let's go. The race itself is pretty simple. Starting at the green barrels, you go along the track, using yellow barrels as your checkpoints. Red barrels normally show when there is a turn coming or road you don't want to be going down. There is one part of the track where there was a tree in the middle of the road. There are some yellow barrels guiding you around the tree. It's in the jungle area. It's a little weird, but I think it's okay. And we're off to the races. Alright, ladies and gentlemen. So, like I said, I wanted to be able to take this time, since this is somewhat of a longer route and a good challenge for the week, to talk to everybody about the HWS servers that I've been playing on. I'm the events admin coordinator for the servers, and I do all sorts of events. We have team deathmatch and free-for-alls, which are just their pop-up PvP events on the different maps. HWS has quite a few maps. We host Banov, Cherno Jungle, and Takistan. We have Banov PvE with PvP locations, and a Banov PvP map currently. The playstyle has gone from a lot of different things. You have some players who, of course, like the PvE servers so they can get time to learn the game, try and learn how the different mechanics work, especially being pretty well modded server. There's plenty of different mods on there for people to play with, and a lot of people enjoy coming in so that they can test them, see how they work, figure things out, and then go on to either other servers or to our PvP server to try their luck. On the different events we try and host, I do have a lot of different races that happen since we have the Fortune mod. So we'll have long races, we have the carts, and there are tracks that we'll build around different maps to do kart races with, and a lot of other PvE style events like hunting or scavenger hunts. We also try and host fun PvP events, which can consist of bounty hunt, where the whole map can go after different bounty targets. Team deathmatch, which I normally try and run if we've got a good consistent amount of players on. I try to do no lower than a 3v3 when we do the team deathmatch, which ends up being a lot of fun. I'd love to get more people in on one of those, have a big like 8 versus 8 throughout a big city. I think that'd be awesome. We also do free-for-alls, which is just every man for himself kind of deal. We have one that I call the gun game, which is pretty fun. You'll have a group of people, say you have 6 people. 6 people will be taking each other on, and the winner of each round will end up getting to pick the type of weapon for the next one. So if you win, you can pick shotguns, handguns, rifles, snipers, and we'll go through and do it. A lot of it also gets dictated by the location of it. If we have a really small area that we're playing in, say like Viber's not a very big area, but you'll have assault rifles and marksman's rifles. But if you were to do one across the entire of Northwest Airfield, we'll probably put snipers in one round and have some fun with it. If you're a player that also has the beauty of gear fear, have no fears. For a lot of our events, we end up giving players gear so that you get to test different things out. I like it because it gives the opportunity for players to try weapons they might never try any other time, to get used to. Newer players gives them a chance to experience PvP and practice a bit without going out and just dying. And I know, there's some hardcore people out there that 100% hate those kind of people, but it's all about the fun of it. At the end of the day, if everybody's having fun with the game, then we're having fun on the servers. Oh, the beauty of lag. So while doing the race, while doing this race, I had the issue of running into Dayz just Dayzing me. I didn't have a lot of time to try and get this run recorded while I was doing it. It wasn't my perfect run or anything like that. I had issues with OBS when I first started recording this, and it was just being a total pain. It didn't want to record properly, so I got really tired of it. This was like day 3 of trying to set this up, that I went with it. I got in the car and just tried to record the whole thing one go, and didn't have my best lap. You'll actually see later on I flipped the damn car. With the HWS servers too, we're currently working on another map we're going to add to our server list. Hoping within like the next month or so I have some more information about it. It's going to be a little bit more hardcore of a PvE server than what we have on our other ones like Cherno and Banov and Takistan. But I think it's going to be fun. We're going to try and add a lot of, I don't want to say new because it's things that have been out for a while, but we want to try and add new things for our servers that are going to make things interesting. We do end up having a lot of PvE players come in, and we want to make the PvE a challenge for everybody coming into play to have fun with, but not too difficult. We're not talking about like day 1 noob and Numalsk type of difficult, but we're gonna have fun with it, and we're gonna try and see if we can bring a good challenge to the players for it. We hope to catch you in there if we get a chance to get that up sometime soon. But definitely, like I said before, and I'll have all the links in the description for it, come check out the Discord and get to know the community pretty well. There's a bunch of pretty frequent players there that are always willing to help people or team up with people. We also have people who love the PvP who will always like come mess around and find out what's going on with you. So if you ever want to promote a challenge, by all means, 100% get in there, get into the global chat, tell people you want to have some PvP fun, and people will come and, you know, fuck around and find out. Some of the mods that you'll find on the HWS servers that are a lot of fun with the PvE, we do have the Dark Horde mod to go around and hunt it. It's pretty fun. We do have the Cannabis Plus mod, V2, because I think they're in version 2 at this point in time. We have airdrops. There are random events that happen, which one happened earlier in the race that I passed through. Another one happens right around this point where there's a police roadblock. You have the random train events, random convoy events, random roadblock events in front of police stations. I think there's a few other, if I'm right, I just can't remember the name of them. We do have the downed helicopters, the helicopter crashes, and a few other things. We do have DNA key cards, and on Banov we do have the Banov key cards as well. But the DNA key cards we do not have the workbench and stuff for. I hear that it's still having a lot of bugs and issues, so I don't know if we'll ever actually bring the DNA keycard workbench in, but I think if it gets fixed we might eventually have it. But right now we have single-use DNA keycards. We have the yellow, the blue, the green, the purple, and the red, each one designated by like where it'll be found by its rarity, I guess. So like yellow ones are in small industrial-like areas, and there's one by a shed on Cherno near a small town. And oh, there's the tree stuck in the road. Fun. Blue ones can be found on top of different police stations around the maps. Your green ones are going to be at your small military zones and like mill tent areas. The purple ones are going to be found in mid to high tier locations, and your red ones of course are going to be found in the highest tier locations. On Cherno itself, it's going to be on Tizzy, or the red one, and Banov. Banov, we don't have the vaults, but we do have the DNA card boxes, or the crates. For anybody who is interested in it, I like the take on Cherno being Cherno Jungle. I've been playing for quite a while, especially on Cherno itself, and it was really nice to just see Cherno in a different way. The jungle crowds the woods a lot, so you don't have the same line of sight to see as you would in just regular Cherno, but it aesthetically looks nice. It kind of fits the topography really well. It brings a whole new look if you're just wanting something that feels new with something familiar, and it kind of hits all the bases for me on it. I don't know if anybody else liked it, but I would like to know other people's opinion on it. So if you liked the Cherno jungle, or even Livonia jungle, because I know a lot of my friends played Livonia, and they did a jungle retexture to it as well, leave a comment down below. Tell me whether it was good, bad, ugly, terrible, fantastic, or if you just want to face punch somebody for doing it. You know, drop kicks all around. little bit more on information for rules going on in the Discord. The rules for the servers are pretty simple with the PvE servers. There is no base rating right now. We had a lot of issues with it. We're also trying to get the different breaching and explosive charges fixed, but I think that's just a Dayz thing. Some of them work properly, other ones never want to work at all, and you blow yourself up. There's no rating allowed on people's bases. Don't steal people's things. If you find a vehicle unlocked, that's kind of free game, depending. Normally, just check with other people to see if somebody forgot or whatever. It happens sometimes. Server restarts will happen, and some people's vehicles that were locked are unlocked magically. It's just a Dayz thing. If it's in a PvP zone, it's all free game. Any of the PvP zones that you go into, if you find somebody leaving their stuff there, it's yours now. As for people's bases, don't go through people's bases. Leave other people's stuff alone. The servers aren't so difficult that you're going to need to go steal people's stuff. It's pretty simple. Make sure you're 800 meters away from a PvP zone, which is the red circles that you'll see on the map around the zones. If you're super high speed guy that only plays PvP servers and comes in and wants to tell us all about how you don't play PvE and you're being a douchebag, you're probably getting banned. It follows the golden rule of don't be a dick. Pretty simple. There are other things that I guess are more questions in-game. If anybody comes into the server and has any questions, just hit up an admin. Which, a big shout out to all the HWS admins, the owners, Hydro, Copacetic, and Garbage Giant, fantastic dudes, really, really great with the community, really try hard to make the servers fan-fucking-tastic. So if you see those guys, give them a big shout out. The rest of the admins working with the HWS crew, you've got C-130 Killa, Jukebox, Texas Reaper, and you have Aussie, known as the Doc, and myself. If you ever have any questions, find one of those guys. There's a ticket system in the Discord, so if you have any issues, you can put in a ticket, and we try and respond as quickly as we can. Granted, you have to remember, nobody's doing this for a living. It's in our spare time, and we all have, 9 to 5 jobs that we're working on, so be aware of that, and we will get to any tickets we can as soon as possible, especially with, well, Dayz being Dayz. If you ever have a server that runs absolutely perfect with no glitches, bugs, or problems inside of Dayz, please hit me up with the link to that server. I've got to go test this. It's going to be amazing, and I'm going to be thrilled to not have all the bugs that happen. I was pretty surprised during the time I was going through this track. I didn't have very many problems. I took it really cautious because I was worried I was going to end up sliding off the roads or off into like that lake down there. I was so hoping it wouldn't lag here and I end up down there in the water. But we have everything that you need in there. There's an events channel for the events going on. There are different voice chats for each one of the maps for your crew to be able to get on if you need to get into a voice chat on Discord. There's all kinds of players, really. We have newer players, older players, veteran players, the old waspy motherfucker like me that has been playing Dayz forever. So somebody will be able to answer your question or assist you with what's going on. We do have Base Building Plus. All you need to get your base started is get your flag up in a workbench. If you have a flag up, it's designating that area as your own, and it's frowned upon to start like building on top of somebody's stuff while they're attempting to get things started, especially depending on how advanced of a player they are. They may be having issues and it takes them a while longer to build. Don't run in and start building on their stuff. It's just rude. But once you get that down and you get your workbench down, you can start building in an area, get your base together. We do have the virtual garage. I don't particularly like the virtual garage. It's kind of a pain to deal with. Others really, really enjoy it and haven't had any issues with it. But we try and ask people to only have 2 vehicles and 1 helicopter at a time out at their base. Anything more than that, please just store it in your virtual garage. I do believe my flip might be coming up soon. Or no, it's down the road a little bit. I think one of the biggest tips I have for people coming into Dayz, because there are a lot of people that something will go wrong on Dayz and they kind of lose their mind a little bit. I will tell you, about 90% of all the problems inside of Dayz can be fixed with one relog. Just relog your game. Log out and back in, a lot of times it's fixed. If it's not after that, troubleshoot with players around you who might have answers to help with the problem you have. Or, of course, go into the Discord and create a ticket. Ah, here it is. I don't know what happened here. I tried to make sure to slow down quite a bit, so I made the road and I didn't cut the corner here. But then I go to take off through here and I get fucking daisied. Boom. Luckily the car flipped back over. I ended up just going on my way. Like I said, not my best run. Not my best run at all. I'm not trying to make a super difficult challenge with this though. I want something fun if anybody would like to take on the challenge. This one is on the Cherno jungle map, so if you get into the HWS servers and you're on Banov or Takistan, if you come into this server and let me know the time, I'll come over and get you set up to try the challenge. Any event that you attend in the HWS servers, any rewards that you get will be moved to the other HWS servers that you play on for your main. What I mean by that is we have some people that they play on Takistan most of the time, or they're playing on Banov most of the time, and we'll have an event in Cherno. Well, when you get rewards from the event, we will transfer the rewards over and give them to you on the server you're playing on. Same if we have an event on Takistan, we'll transfer it to Banov and Cherno, Banov to Takistan and Cherno. So I had issues coming up. There's a small little town. This is just, it's like northwest of Berezino. I had it set up to have a bigger little obstacle of driving through the town. So you'll take this right and a left, and there was a plan to take another left. But for some reason, well, I think I know the reason. I think some players grabbed some of the barrels I had set out. Because there's one barrel here to start marking the turn, and I look over. There's the other ones for the turn. But I ended up having to go straight through because I was just, yeah, just blah. But the course is going to be short, and I'm going to make sure to set up the barrels there so the track is set right. Other than that, I think it was good to go. I had a lot of fun driving it and setting it up. I wanted something that wasn't going to be too difficult because, of course, it's Dayz, and if you try and turn too much, oh, I completely screwed that. If you try and like do too many turns and high speed and everything like that to have a good time, it really just messes everything up. And this is somewhat of a long track. I think my time was around like 21 minutes or something like that. So I wasn't trying to make it ungodly difficult for anybody, especially if nobody really likes the driving or wants to take on the challenge this week. But other than that, loads of fun. Hope you all enjoy. I'm going to let the race go ahead and finish. See you at the end. Alright, not bad at all. I'm going to thank everybody who came to check out the video. I really appreciate it. Anybody who jumps in the servers, good times. I hope to see you there. Anybody taking on the challenge, make sure to hit me up inside the Discord and we'll get the challenge rolling so you can try and win some rewards this week. It's been great, it's been fun, and I'll catch you all in the next one.